This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Centennial, Colorado. We're at Cooney Honda. Since 2003, this Honda dealership has been providing the sales and service for folks here in Denver. I'm here with the General Manager, President Herm. Let me begin first of all. Share with me a little bit about yourself, how you got involved in this industry, and why you chose Cooney Honda.
I've been in the car business since 1986, and like I think most of us that get in the car business, it was a love of cars that got us into it, that kept us in it. I've been with the Cooney organization. I'm originally from St. Louis, and I moved out here 7 years ago to join the Cooney Automotive Group because of their unique ownership structure in that our largest shareholder is a charitable trust.
Interesting. Let me ask you, as far as consumers go, second largest investment we make is that of an automobile, only second to a home, and yet we rely on that purchase every single day. Why is it important for folks to basically come to a dealership they can rely on and trust as well?
The interesting thing about how the quality of cars has changed over the years, the average Honda is on the road for somewhere around 14 years. It doesn't change titles for about 7 to 8 years. The legacy that Honda has built in making engineering perfection in engines and transmissions has translated into long-term ownership. Along with that goes the ability to maintain those vehicles, and when you need any warranty type work, you have to have the special tools and training and whatnot for those vehicles to be maintained and kept on the road.
One of the things I notice anymore in the consumer shift is the fact that we as consumers, we have the world at our fingertips with the internet. Folks are out there purchasing cars from individuals, many times from people they will never meet again. They don't know who they are. Is this why many times do your clients become clients year after year, and do you see them more than once?
No, we definitely see our customers more than once. The average person will visit our service department roughly 11 times before they buy a second car. Our ownership base continues to grow and flourish. The interesting part about the internet, as you mentioned earlier, it has totally transformed our business. We sell between 300 and 400 vehicles a month, and over 80% of those are leads that are generated, customers who have gone onto our website and have looked at the vehicles and have become informed and narrowed their choices down based on the internet. So it has radically transformed our industry.
Absolutely, and not only that, but you've got a vast inventory. Let's share, first of all, one of the experiences that makes it a better buying experience would be a great inventory. You guys not only offer new, but you offer used as well. Is that correct?
That is correct. On our lot at any given time, you'll find about 300 to 350 new cars and about 200 to 225 used cars. And we hand select all of our used cars, and we have them in all different price ranges from roughly $6,000 on up to $30,000.
Speaking of the price, I mean, I notice out there when folks are for sale by owner, many times I see a lot of cars that seem to be overpriced. I mean, people get emotionally tied into them. They maybe put some work into them, so they put a pretty inflated price on them. Share with me how your real deal pricing works here.
The Real Deal Pricing is an interesting software tool. What it does is it goes out and it looks at all vehicles that are the same like vehicle. So if someone's looking for a 2006 Honda Accord, it's going to search the internet in various mileage bands. So 500 miles, 1,000 miles, 1,500 miles. And it compares the retail pricing on those. It compares the mileage, it compares the equipment, and it comes up with a perfect price that is the real price. That's what we put on the car that they can buy it for without having to negotiate.
So instead of the consumer going out there and having to figure out if it was a good price, you've saved them a lot of time there. Many times folks are going to the internet because they want to save time. We're a busy society. How are you able to protect the consumer's time and expedite the process to get in and out of here?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question. The internet, since it has transformed the business so much, and all of the information that you really need to make a decision as far as finding out what cars' values are, what options are, optional equipment, so on and so forth, it's all right there on the internet. It used to be that a typical customer would visit 5 to 6 dealerships before they would make a purchase. Now that statistic is down to 1.5.
Wow, interesting. So basically, that has expedited the process because of electronically. You can almost get online and do a lot of the pre-stuff you need. They pretty much know when they walk in the door what they're dealing with. They just got to kick the tires and take it for a drive.
Yeah, and most of that's done from the comfort of your home or from your smartphone.
One of the things I see out there is the fact that, I mean, we're going to speak about what you guys do as far as servicing the product here. But really on the front end, that helps the buyer as well because of the fact that it's probably a pretty rigorous inspection process that you guys go through before you put used cars out on the lot.
We do. We go through a complete multi-point inspection on the vehicle and a safety inspection as well. We want to make sure that they're good quality vehicles that are being sold on our retail lot to our retail clientele. Those that don't match that standard, we wholesale those vehicles and they end up on some other dealer's lot or they end up at the auction.
That is interesting to know. Folks that come in here, regardless if they have cash in hand or if they need a little help in financing, you guys provide financing here for them as well.
We provide all different types of financing. We sell roughly $7 to $10 million a month in vehicles. So we have, and about 80% of those are financed or leased vehicles. So we have multiple sources that we can go out and shop the best interest rates and present those based on the credit scores and the needs of our customers.
Pretty much all types of credits, can you normally find something for, it seems like?
Pretty much. We have programs for people that have had some bruised credit that we can help them reestablish and get back in to reestablish their credit and get a vehicle.
Let's go forward a little bit on the service here. I mean, obviously, me as a consumer, it would give me peace of mind knowing I'm buying a product here that, quite honestly, if something happens down the road, we can also get it serviced by the same people that sold it to us.
That's correct. And our service hours, that's something that we're very proud of. We open at 7 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Saturday. Monday through Friday, we're open till 10 p.m. in our service department. And on Saturday, we're open till 6 p.m. So we have a staff here that is able to work on all the vehicles that we sell, so at all different days and all different times. And really, we also have a fleet of about 65 loaner cars that we have. So one of the specials that we typically run is our happy hour special, where people drop off their car after 4 o'clock. They pick bring their vehicle in, pick up a loaner car. That car they can then either bring back later that evening if it's minor maintenance, or first thing in the morning on their way back to work, or the next day on their way home. So we try and make it very, very convenient in the hours that our customers demand.
Wonderful. So we're talking about some highly trained Honda technicians back there working on probably some of the highest state-of-the-art equipment.
Oh yeah. Training is a top priority at our dealership. We spend thousands upon thousands of dollars maintaining the status of our training with our technicians, as well as every year Honda, when they come out with a new model, comes out with new special tools and diagnostic equipment that we buy so that we can make sure that we properly diagnose their vehicle and get the vehicles back on the road quickly.
Be it state-of-the-art equipment, highly trained technicians, guys on the floor who are taking care of the customer, a great inventory. Bottom line is your reputation exceeds you into the fact that you guys know how to treat the customer right.
That is true. Customer service is something that Wayne Cooney established back in 1970 when he started his first dealership. Because without customers, we don't have a business. And without satisfied customers, we don't have repeat business. So the customer is king here at Cooney Honda.
Folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, you're going to get a clearer idea of some of the inventory they have here. Obviously, they move a lot of cars, a lot of automobiles here, so the inventory is always changing. Check it out there. Let your fingers do the walking there on the internet. You can even check out financing, get that part of the piece started right there as well. They've got easy customer service right there online. You can actually click and you've got a live chat if you have a question or two that maybe somebody can answer there for you. And keep in mind, they're always running specials back there as far as the service goes. Like he says, they got a happy hour as well. Regardless, we definitely want you to come on down and actually walk into the facility here. This is a very large facility, easily located 1 mile off of I-25. We're talking about Wi-Fi is taken care of for you here. They've got shuttle service if so required. Early mornings, late nights, they're going to take care of you with gourmet coffee. You got some snacks there. Making sure that you, the customer, are number one. That's how they've done it here since 2003. That is Cooney Honda. They make buying a car fun. This is Gary Atencia with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.
The emotional toll that financial stress can bring is why we offer debt relief services. Attorney Kevin Heifel has served over 5,000 clients. His qualified staff in each location understands how liberating it is to have your debt eliminated and your credit restored. We give you the personal attention you deserve, like we have for thousands of satisfied clients. We help good people like you get out of debt. Medical Massage International provides the public with independent, competent healthcare practitioners through the art of massage. We train therapists to last and sustain a career beyond our school by entering them into the medical world of massage. Establishing core values within our students to bring out the best in themselves is our goal. You too can join this diverse group of therapists to thrive in the medical massage world.
This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. I've caught up on location with ACT, American Cleaning Technologies. Basically, since 1996, they have been changing the way the world cleans using microbes. I'm here with basically Todd, Joe. Guys are out on location here once again sharing the company. Share with me, first of all, just a little bit, Todd, how you got involved in this company.
Well, I developed the product, started developing the product in 1996. And after several years of trial and failure, we finally had a product that we could take to the patent office, and we were one of the first companies that ever received a patent in its first viewing. And from there, we just kept evolving and working with the product, and now we've got the product back in patent pending, and we've got a whole new formulation that's actually taken bioremediation to a whole new level.
Obviously, we as consumers, we want things to work. But even more so anymore, people are really concerned about making sure that it's safe for the environment. Share with me, first of all, why is this a green product?
So basically, we are a D-grade food product, so it is safe to use around plants, animals, kids. If it does get washed out into the street or down the gutter, there's no problems with that because it is going to remediate whatever contaminants as it goes down the drain, so there's nothing to worry about there. It is also 89% bio-based, so that's what makes this a green product. We have no competitors as far as what our competition is it's all wet or a slurry. This requires no scrubbing, so pretty much it's a dry bioremediational product.
When consumers out there, we think of cleaning. Honestly, we think of water, hot water. This is a product that basically we're not talking about water. Share with us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's a completely dry process. Pretty much just apply and walk away. Put the product down on top of the stain, let it sit. The microorganisms do all the work for you. No scrubbing, no water. Once it's down, you're done. There's no shelf life on the product, so once you apply it, if you put down too much, you can scoop it back up, put it back in the container, put it on the shelf, leave it around for the next stain.
Compared to a lot of the second-rate products that are out there, many times they're just covering up the stain, okay? Basically, you're talking about a product that is interacting with that stain, basically drawing it out, is that right?
Ultimately, what it's doing is breaking it down, so it works its way down into the pores of the concrete or the asphalt, brick, metal, Trex decks, anything you got that's a hard surface, and the product works its way down in there, and then it turns it into CO2. So ultimately, what it does is it eats it, and then it evaporates. So there's no scrubbing, no cleaning after it's down, you're done.
Very interesting. Speaking of some of the surfaces you guys are able to work with, let's start off first of all with asphalt. Share with me what product you have out there for asphalt.
We have ACT Asphalt Cleaner. It is a dry substance that you apply to the stain. Asphalt's very porous, so you don't want to broom it into the stain, you just want to cover the area. Once it's covered, it adheres to the detergent oil, won't touch the sludge because it can't get the oxygen it needs to break down the sludge. If you were actually to till the asphalt, it would eat the sludge around the aggregate, but because it's a hard surface the way it is, once you apply it, it attacks the detergent oil and helps strengthen that sludge.
You're basically saying that when it comes to asphalt, I'm thinking of motor oil from cars and whatnot. It's really strengthening the asphalt because of the fact that motor oil probably breaks it down. Would that be right?
It does. The detergent oils in the motor oil will degrade the asphalt, and it'll actually start to break apart and come into pieces, as opposed to our product will strengthen that, and it will eat the oil as opposed to breaking it apart. It'll, like I say, it'll actually strengthen it, so it keeps it together. So it works with the integrity of the asphalt.
We're talking about places that really get dirty. I mean, get grimy. When I think of things like that, we're talking about grease traps. We're talking about maybe even septic tanks. Do you guys have something for that as well?
Yeah, we use the Drain Mate for that. And basically with the Drain Mate, it's kind of the same concept. We do microbiology on that. The microorganisms, when you put them down the drain, they go down into the tube of the drain and they sit there, they work, and they'll eat it. And when they get down in there, they basically just break it down so that it'll loosen that clog up, or, clean the septic system out for you. And again, no scrubbing, no additional work. The product does the work for you.
What kind of maintenance are we talking about? A person should do that.
Actually, what we do is we recommend that you start to use this. You've got to think of it as inoculating something. You're actually like a penicillin curing it. So when you start to use it on a drain system or in a septic system, we recommend that you apply it every other day for a week, and then after that you start to back off because the bacteria starts to build up, and eventually gets to where you're just putting it down a drain once a month. It also works in fresh water on oil spills that happen in salt water or out in the ocean or what that, and it adheres to that and eats it. It turns it to CO2 and water. So what happens is the microorganisms start to become a self-fueling mechanism. And so they're creating water for themselves, and they're using that to help remediate faster. That's why our technology is so far advanced.
We're talking about something that is able to clean up really anywhere that's going to get dirty. One of the other areas we're talking maybe about trash cans, dumpsters, any type of container. What do you have for that?
So that is, again, one of our product lines, basically the same formulation. We just change the microbes that are in there depending on what we're getting into. The heavier grease traps and trash cans and stuff like that, the product will actually suppress the vapors and the odors from the smells, especially as summer gets on and it gets a lot hotter. That's going to start to make a rancid smell, and this product will actually cover that up, and then it breaks it down so that it's easier to stand that smell around the dumpster and stuff like that. And grease traps, same thing. Basically, you get the heavy accumulation and stuff. It does work on your greases from like fast food chains and stuff like that. We had an instance where somebody tried to steal the biogrease, and they knocked it over, spilt it across the parking lot, and the cars drove all over. Same thing. We basically went in there, put the product down, let it sit, and they did the job for the owner. It was a Mexican restaurant down in Denver, and they, like I said, they had a big issue because EPA came right in on it, and they were all over it. And not many people think about your fryer grease being an issue, but it happens.
Obviously, this is going to work on containers of any make. We're talking about steel, possibly plastic, aluminum, you name it.
Yeah, all of our products work on any surface. The difference between, and the reason why we have a Corral Cleaner, Container Cleaner, Asphalt, and so on, is the amount of microorganisms that are used. The Container Cleaner, somebody that has a big food chain, they're looking to cut their costs. They aren't going to put a $100 product into their dumpster, so they'll take a bag, a $35 bag, and throw it in there, run the cycle, because the container smells the worst when it comes back empty. And basically what it does is it adheres to the sides and starts to work on that. It attaches to all that protein down there, breaks it down, and controls the odors and cleans the container.
We mentioned a lot of places that get dirty. We're talking about asphalt, trash containers, grease traps. One thing I never thought about getting dirty, and that is dirt itself. We're talking about soil. Share with me what you guys have as far as your terra firma.
So basically with the terra firma, that's just a higher microbe count. They work their way the same process. So what you do with that is you spread it out over top of the soil. You can either walk it out with a large spreader, or you can take a hand spreader and spread it out. The bugs will actually chase their way down into the soil to remediate the oils. So you don't have to do any tilling or anything like that. Once you put it down, they work down about a foot, and that's, like I said, without tilling. So they just go right down into the soil and go from there, and then they do the reclaiming for you. We do a lot of oil refineries and heavy industrial and stuff like that. This saves and eliminates dig and haul because they can actually remediate the soil to a proper usable level.
So basically you're talking about you can work this right into the soil, maybe even rototill it in. Is it actually good for the soil?
Yes, it actually promotes plant growth. So if you have a stain or spill on an area and you don't want to lose any of the plant growth, you don't have to dig and haul, you don't have to till it in, you just put it on the top of the surface. It'll actually work its way down a foot. It won't let anything get to the roots, so you won't burn up any of the vegetation that's existing.
Excellent. Joe, you had mentioned earlier that basically it's a safe product. You can use it around humans, plants, even animals. This has to be great for cleaning out animal corrals. Do you guys have that as well?
Yeah, we do a corral cleaner, and on that, what it'll do is it'll shrink the stain. A lot of what we do with the corral cleaner is the horse urine and stuff like that. It'll create a really heavy saturated stain, and this will actually shrink that up. It'll dry it out. Again, it'll suppress the odors and the vapors coming from that, so it's not so rancid. And then it works its way down into the soil, the same as the terra firma does. And it'll also eat the bacteria out of there. So any of the, like I said, the bloods, the smells from the urine and stuff like that, it'll cover it right up and basically degrades it into something non-hazardous.
Excellent product you formulated. Is there anything you'd like to share to the public out there?
Yeah, the Corral Cleaner also helps control the flies, because in a stall you get a lot of larvae growing, so it starts to help work and combat that.
This has to be a product that basically folks love to use out there, because of the fact, like you guys say, you put it down, walk away, and you're done with it. There is no scrubbing. Like you said, Joe, the product really works for itself.
Yep.
Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, you're going to get a clear idea of some of the products that we spoke about right here. And keep in mind, we caught them out here on location at the Denver Home Show here in Denver. People are amazed at a product. They're finding out new ideas. But honestly, you can order right there online as well. You can also take a look at the different way that it's applied. We're different talking applications, like they say, no water involved, which is a weird thing for most people. I imagine they can't even understand how that works.
Yes. They don't understand the fact that you do not have to scrub and you do not have to add water, and that it takes such a thin layer to work. I mean, it's a microbial product, so a paper thin layer on top of the stain is all that you need. Any excess besides that, you're just wasting product. So they don't understand that you can clean an oil stain the size of a basketball with a tablespoon, because you're just putting it down, spreading it out, and then you're done. If you put down enough that it does cover that in the first application, then there's nothing to pick up, nothing to throw away. Like I said, just apply and walk away. So it's a really easy one-step process.
Apply and walk away. That's the whole point of it, and that's what's made it so popular out there for the folks. Let me ask you, basically it works by itself, but if you have a real big stain or something like that, or a spill, you have a product called Act Absorbent. Does that work in conjunction with the others, or how does that work?
Yeah, that's for picking up a lot of loose liquid. So we take that in and we apply that. It soaks up the liquid, and then we use the concrete cleaner to get rid of the stain. Now the absorbent, because of the way it's made, it has the microorganisms in it. It actually cleans itself. So once it soaks up that liquid, the microorganisms go to work, it cleans itself. It's reusable up to 5 times. On the 5th time, we suggest that you don't use it, let it sit, clean itself for the last time, then you can dispose of it as non-hazardous waste.
Most people use kitty litter, and then they grind it in, and then it's more of a process. And then by law, you're supposed to actually take that and dispose of that in a hazmat facility, as opposed to our product. Since it is remediating the stain that it is on, or the fluids that it's picking up, you can actually throw it in the garbage can. You don't have to worry about that. And then also with kitty litter is a very slick substance when it gets oil on it, and it will spontaneously combust with gasoline, as opposed to our product is a fiber blend, so it mats down and it creates a non-hazardous slip surface, as opposed to, like I said, kitty litter is basically marbles with oil on it. So that's a bonus with our product.
So like you said, and no second-rate product's going to do it. The other ones cover it up or even make the product even worse. We're talking about bioremediation products, totally getting rid of it. Folks, I appreciate you guys meeting with us today, and hopefully viewers out there, you're going to take a look at it. Bottom of the screen right there. Keep in mind, you can order that right online. If you're not sure, give them a call. They'll have somebody on the other line for you, be able to walk you through the process. Maybe you're not sure of what type you need or what it is. Honestly, you're going to love it once you put it down, because you basically apply and walk away. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.
Canine Rehabilitation and Conditioning Group leads the industry of animal rehabilitation, and our caring team will help your dog or cat to feel stronger, move better, and get back into the game of life. Our rehabilitation experts are leading the industry of restoring quality of life to geriatric, injured, overweight, post-operative, and neurological or otherwise compromised dogs through physical therapy and integrative veterinary approaches.
Black Diamond Photo Booth is a leader in the photo booth industry. Sean Stewart provides a fun-filled, interactive service for any event or occasion. More than just capturing fun memories, we are the fun. Your guests will leave with a souvenir from your event that they will remember and talk about for a long time. Young and old can share in the fun of your very own customized photo booth. Regardless of your event, everyone loves the excitement that Black Diamond Photo Booth provides. Say cheese!
Until next time, if you know of a business who you feel the whole city should know about, nominate them, we'll send a reporter out. This is Gary Atencio from CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.